Ridiculous Crime is a production of iHeartRadio.
Well, Zaron.
Oh, hey. What's up, Elizabeth?
You know what's ridiculous?
Oh, girl, do I. Okay. Sir Hugh Beaver. So, Sir Beaver, he was the managing director for Guinness Brewery. Right?
Okay.
Now, this dude, Sir Beaver, he noted that when down at the pub, there was always these arguments, and they often came down to something that was an easily verifiable fact. And he thought this was just ridiculous. So he asked his employer to help him compile all of the facts he could find into a book to end bar fights. He wanted to bring peace to the pub. That book was eventually called the Guinness Book of World Records.
Aha.
Yeah, right? So, and now it's basically just become like this compendium of stupid human tricks. But originally, it was supposed to bring peace to the pub.
Did it for a while?
Not at all.
No, I don't. Well, it just issued challenges, probably.
It just made things worse.
I could do. Yeah. That is ridiculous.
Que ridiculous.
You know what else is ridiculous?
No, but please tell me.
Taking over an abandoned sea fort and making it your own country.
Ooh, can I get a how-to on this?
Ridiculously awesome, yeah. This is Ridiculous Crime, a podcast about absurd and outrageous capers, heists, and cons. It's always 99% murder-free and 100% ridiculous. Today, I'm going to tell you about an absolutely outrageous caper. Comes to us from a listener.
Oh,
Dustin
nice.
Pyle recommended this one. We're going to talk about stealing an island. And we're going to talk about a rogue invented nation.
I like all of this so far.
We're talking international intrigue.
Okay.
And it all begins with pirate radio.
How am I not involved in this story?
Well, Zaron, I know you like pirates.
Yes, and I love radio.
And I know you like radio. What do you think about pirate radio?
Arr.
Now, you already know this, but I'm going to explain it to you again. I'm going to woman-splain
Please.
in a way. It's like, at last.
Should I cross my legs?
Pirate radio stations are those that operate without a broadcast license. You know that,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you do.
I'm informed.
Without a license, stations have to camp out on unused frequencies, and that's called wave piracy.
Yes.
So in the UK, the piracy part of the term was also a nod to the fact that up until the 70s, a lot of these people operated stations from ships at sea, marine platforms, that sort of thing.
Oh, so it was literal. I like this. Okay.
So they're on these marine platforms. What do I mean by that? Well, let me tell you.
Please.
Disused naval forts. That's a thing.
Disused naval forts
Right.
in the sea.
Yeah,
So these
because...
are like sub-platforms?
Sure.
Okay.
Because not really. During World War II, the English built these things called Monsell forts.
Okay.
And they were named after Guy Monsell, who Maunsell. So they build these things called Monsell forts. They're in like the North Sea.
That's okay.
When I say like they're in the North Sea. I didn't need that qualifier. And they were ways to defend the Thames estuary from Nazi attacks.
Okay.
So, you don't want them coming up and...
So wait, you're going to get into the Thames from the North Sea?
Yeah, the southern part of it.
Okay.
They could just like go up the Thames and crawl up the skirt of England. Just cause a ruck.
Quite how I pictured it, but it's very effective. Thank you. Good metaphor.
So these, I like to paint visual pictures.
And you did, girl.
So a lot these Monsell forts, they look a lot like the AT-ATs in Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
The all-terrain armored transports.
Yeah, like the big mechanical robot dinosaurs.
So here in Oakland, we absolutely love to say that the container cranes at the Port of Oakland, which are rad looking, were the inspiration for the AT-AT walkers.
Please don't tell me that's not true.
People have been saying this for years.
Yes.
But one of my favorite journalists, Peter Hartlaub at the San Francisco Chronicle.
Oh, Lord.
He was able to ask George Lucas himself.
No.
In 2008.
I'm not listening.
And it turns out the Oakland cranes had nothing to do with the AT-ATs. I'm so sorry to break your heart.
How is that true? That can't be true. He has said that like Dagobah is named after Bodega Bay. He took those cranes. He said, at least as far as I was aware, he has said that the cranes were an inspiration.
Because he has no respect for Oakland.
No, I'm telling you.
And we're going to
Cuts us every chance he has to.
But you know what? That's why we're this amazing underdog city.
Yes.
You know, people who know.
Respect to the town.
So he said that the AT-ATs were inspired by this melange of structures and contraptions.
Okay.
Melange.
Melange, yes.
I put that in there.
Okay, nice.
That's not a quote
Didn't
from him.
seem like very Lucasian.
It's an amalgamation. So I think that Monsell forts influenced the AT-AT design.
Okay.
That's where I'm going with this.
Yes,
When I looked at a
love.
picture, there are two types of these forts. There are naval forts and army forts.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both on water, but the army forts are the ones that look like AT-ATs, not the naval ones.
Okay.
Just want to put that out there. They're just like, the army ones are like big boxes on stilt legs.
Now, are these metal, cement? What are we talking about?
Metal, a combination, combo
so
job.
Do they look like more like, say, an oil refinery out on the water, or they look more like, cement, like James Bond sub base?
The naval forts look like a combination between oil refineries and a Bond villain base.
Okay.
And the army forts look like AT-ATs.
Okay, thank you.
There you go. The AT-AT ones, the army ones, they kind of look like they're like loping off through the waves in the distance when you see pictures. The naval ones are substantial.
Okay.
They are biggins. And so they have these huge, massive towers that lift up out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this like cement pontoon at the bottom that gets sunk down and holds it
Oh, okay.
to the floor.
Like the ocean floor we're talking?
Yeah. And like the structure isn't too dissimilar in shape from the above deck on a naval destroyer, like the top part of it that goes on top of the towers. They resemble, like we said, oil platforms. Those are also found in the North Sea, but further up. So I'm going to post a picture of these just so everyone can get a good sense. But there were 4 Monsell naval forts that were built. Rough Sands was the name of one. Sunkhead.
Okay.
Tongue Sands, and Knockjohn.
What are these names?
They just drew them out of a hat. I mean, I suppose that head is like, sunk head is like the head of the
like
mouth of the river. Beachhead.
Trailhead, it's that type of head.
Knockjohn.
But Knockjohn, that's the one that jumps out, really.
Yeah. So, I mean, the other ones involve sand, so sure. So the forts, as I'm giving this docent tour, they better hire me for this sort of stuff. The forts have a concrete pontoon base.
Ah, excellent.
The towers are 60 feet tall, 24 feet in diameter.
Okay.
I said biggins.
Yeah.
Each tower has 7 floors. So we've established that. And that's where there's crew quarters, storage, operational type things, generators, freshwater tanks. There's a landing jetty called a dolphin. And then there's like a crane to pick up supplies. The big deck, like I said, kind of sits on top of the towers. Total area, including the hollow towers, 10,000 square feet.
Damn.
Yeah. And the towers were initially built to house 200 to 300 people. That's cramming them in there, though, I got to say.
I imagine,
that's a lot of people.
More like submarine style.
So
we have fit 60 grown humans into this silver tube.
Like sardines. The fort I want to tell you about is Rough Sands.
Okay.
We'll get to Knockjohn in a bit, but Rough Sands, that's the one we're focusing on today. That one was built to protect the town of Ipswich.
Ah, Ipswich clams.
Yeah. And flipping those Ipswiches. And it sits about 6 nautical miles from the coast. To answer your previous question, you can put your hand down now.
Yes, thank you. My arm was hurting.
So Rough Sands, 6 nautical miles from the coast. Write that down.
I'm taking notes.
Everybody in the world. The fort saw like legit action in World War II. Well, I think they all kind of got together. They banded together and brought down a boat. But I could only find that they took down one German boat. But their mere presence was threatening.
They were like scarecrows of the sea.
Exactly. So it gets abandoned in 1948. But it was 1966 that became a banner year for Rough Sands.
Okay.
Zaron.
Yes.
I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to picture it. Christmas Eve, 1966. 2 men, a father and son, sit in a dinghy in the North Sea just off the southeast coast of England. The sea is unusually calm. One of them hums a song, while the other pilots the craft toward a large structure ahead, Rough Sands Naval Base. They reach the base, tie off on the tower, and climb the ladder toward the entry points. There are already people on the base now. Those are the good folks at Radio Caroline. So Radio Caroline is a legit station now, but it began life as a pirate radio frequency.
Okay.
And they were really groundbreaking because they played continuous pop songs all day. And the legal stations were like the state-run BBC ones. And so they had to play like a mix of stuff to appeal to all of the public.
So they're still playing like folk tunes and opera and stuff?
Yeah,
And these
and
people
like,
are like, look, we're just going to play the moody
like
blues you want to hear?
Gardening shows and talk. And
Sure.
then they would also play like kind of lame ripoffs of current music played on like the banjo. Radio
Mrs. Brown, you have a lovely daughter.
Exactly. Radio Caroline wanted to get loose, man.
Okay.
And they wanted to counter that stuffy old programming. They're like, loosen your ties, guys. They operated off of ships just off the coast of England, and they could reach almost all of the UK and parts of the Irish Republic.
Damn.
So they were hit makers. They would play things that got so much, so many listeners, so much listeners that people would, go out and buy the records. And so
then they'd hit the charts because, so now were the record companies and the artists trying to appeal to them? Had they figured this out?
Yeah. And the thing is, they start getting all this competition. So there are American interests. They're funding like stations off the coast and because they know they can drive sales. So more and more of these stations are popping up and they're shaping the culture and the popular music landscape, and they're also fighting over the nautical landscape.
Okay.
So the stations realized that like they could have fixed bases in the actual abandoned bases. And so they started squatting them to take them over. But don't forget, there aren't many of them.
Yeah, 4.
4 naval ones, 4 army ones. Now, this means that there's a number of skirmishes and armed hijackings of the forts.
Between like rival pirate radio stations?
Yes, there's like literal piracy going on.
So they had like actual pirate vanguards landing and then getting into like fights and clashes.
Yes.
Now, do they have swords?
They have weaponry.
They have real weaponry. And are they doing like gunfights or like more like, clubs and sticks and swords?
A little bit of everything.
Okay.
They did. So this is going to bring us back to Christmas Eve, 1966. Patty Roy Bates and his teenage son, Michael, they're the ones in the dinghy. Now, they had a pirate station that they called Radio Essex.
Yeah, Station 2.
Yeah. They said that they were the first 24-hour pirate radio station. And they had already set up on the abandoned Knockjohn fort.
Okay.
So they're out at Knockjohn. The problem was that Knockjohn is within 3 nautical miles of the coast. That means that it's in British territorial waters. Now, remember, how far, did you write this down? How far away is Rough Sands?
4 nautical miles.
6.
6. I should have got my first guess. Oh, notes. Guess.
6 nautical miles. So that meant that was in international waters.
Yes. Gotcha.
Knockjohn, British territorial waters. And that meant that the UK could shut it down. And they had the authority to do it. So the British government has no authority over Rough Sands. Roy and Michael, they decide to set up shop there. So they're going to move their operations from Knockjohn to Rough Sands.
Okay.
This is like gibberish. That's okay. The only problem is that Radio Caroline, the previously mentioned, they were already set up there. They were using Rough Sands as an outpost, so they weren't broadcasting from there.
These people.
It was like a way station where they could have supplies dropped off, and then their boats could come and pick them up.
Okay. So
Yeah.
okay, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah, so just like a supply station. Roy and Michael, they get there. They scale the metal ladder rungs, make it to the platform. Same method, by the way, that they took Knockjohn, because they had to kick someone out of Knockjohn to take it. They take it by force. One of the Radio Caroline dudes has a rifle for protection. And, because the pirate radio wars are heating up.
Yes.
But they're no match for Roy and Michael. Now, it's not clear if Roy and Michael were armed as well, but the two of them were able to corral the Caroline folks and escort them back to dry land.
Are these like hippies?
I kind of think that maybe they're like in earth shoes and like shaggy hair.
I'm guessing there's some long hair, some Birkenstocks. And they're like, look, man.
They lose their footing on the deck because their foot comes out of the Birkenstocks. No cap on Birkenstocks, but
no, you're wearing some right now
on my hands. And so they get him to dry land. Roy eventually brings his radio transmitter equipment to Rough Sands, but he winds up never broadcasting from there.
Okay.
So he takes it by force and then is like,
not okay. Know. But also they're broadcasting 24 hours. Do they have like staff? Are they running this themselves?
It's
Is
like
the wife got like the 4 a.m. shift?
It's a family operation. Now, Radio Caroline, they're not going to go quietly. Mm-hmm. They tried a bunch of times to reclaim the fort. No avail. Others tried. Like invaders tried to come up the ladder and they fought him off.
Hippie Sam Bellamy trying to knock him around.
Exactly. Now, the Bates clan, they were too hard-boiled.
Okay.
And they had firearms. Mm-hmm. They had Molotov cocktails that they would use against invaders.
You're in a pirate war.
They had homemade projectiles.
Like potato guns?
That's exactly what I was thinking when I read homemade projectiles. And like, I started looking out the window wistfully and imagining potato guns. I knew someone who they built a potato gun and fired it out of their apartment window at a punk house. And they used to fire it at garbage trucks because they said they were slow moving and loosely affiliated with the government. And that's why they targeted them.
Makes perfect sense to me.
So they've got firearms, they got Molotov cocktails, they got homemade projectiles. Baby, they got a dream.
Telling me.
And when we come back from this intrusive commercial break, I'm going to tell you about this dream and all of its ridiculous glory. Hey, Zaron.
Oh, hey. I'm still here.
Yeah. Well, when we left off,
yes,
Patty Roy Bates and his son,
Michael,
had, yeah.
I'm taking notes.
They had hijacked a decommissioned naval outpost in the North Sea, ostensibly to use for a pirate radio station base. Let's come back to that in a bit.
Okay.
First, I want to tell you about an investment opportunity. No, I want to tell you about Roy Bates, a real character.
Okay.
I love characters.
I know you do.
So Patty Roy Bates, born August 29th, 1921. He was the only one of 5 siblings to survive past early childhood.
That's
rough stuff.
Tough on moms.
At 15, he leaves home to go fight for the International Brigade in the Spanish Civil War. Good man. Yep. He comes back. He's 15.
Yeah, that's what I was impressed by.
And that was really crazy fighting.
Yeah, exactly. Really
a lot
brutal,
of casualties.
Yes.
So he comes back and he winds up fighting in World War II as well. Goes to Italy, North Africa, Iraq, Syria. He does the whole tour. He was a prisoner of war twice. The second time, his plane crashed on the Isle of Rhodes. Okay. And he was taken prisoner by Greek fascists. But he was rescued from a firing squad by a, quote, passing German officer. How does that work?
How does that work?
That makes no sense to me. Like, why? I would imagine that the passing German officer would see a British soldier and be like, line him up. Yeah. I don't know. So maybe the guy had a change of heart. Anyway.
Maybe he just looked cute.
It could be. He was smoking hot. The soldier's like, save that one.
Save from death once again by being smoking hot.
Just too pretty. Shh, you're so pretty.
Don't touch.
He was wounded multiple times, and he survived malaria, sandfly fever, and frostbite.
Okay, I'm starting to see why he was winning the pirate wars.
Yeah.
Like, pirate radio, like, that's nothing
I
for this
said
dude.
hard-boiled. So after the war, he goes and starts importing meat from the Irish Republic into Northern Ireland. Just general meats. And he also imports rubber from Malaysia.
Now, was he doing this like import-export?
I think there are huge quotation marks around import-export. Okay. He also ran a chain of butcher shops.
Mm-hmm. Which we all know.
Cash business, yeah. Know. So in the early 60s, he also fished for decorative seaweed.
What?
I don't even know what that is. That he sold to florists in the U.S. and Canada.
because
Have
of
you
all the
seen
decorative seaweed that we love over here. You know, the other day I was going to get you hey, it's Tuesday. Here's some decorative seaweed to cheer up your day.
Yeah.
Couldn't find any because it was sold out. That's how much we love it.
Well, it's
over
like
here.
the other day I was rollerblading in the park. And I say that because I don't rollerblade, but I know someone who does. And
is he near here?
He is. He's really close by right now. And I saw you sitting at a park bench making a wreath out of decorative seaweed. And you said you were just going to hang it on a stranger's door to brighten their day.
Yeah, that's what I do every 2 weeks.
Is that why you're covered in glitter? Because you were putting glitter on the wreath when I saw you.
Well, glitter's kind of like, my, it's my mark. It's how you know it's from me. You're like, you shake something, a bunch of glitter comes out. You're like, Zaron was here.
Zaron dust. So decorative seaweed, the stuff you have may have come from old stock.
How are you going to get into the decorative seaweed business?
Don't.
Let alone I can see you're into the decorative business, but the decorative seaweed, fine. You got some driftwood. You got some nice stones. You're gathering stuff. I get it.
Well,
but
the problem,
just focusing on decorative seaweed.
The problem I have is that when I think of seaweed, I think of two things. I think of sushi, the nori on the outside, right?
Yeah.
And then I think of California kelp beds.
Oh yeah, the poppers.
Yeah, those you can whip your little brother. So, and they smell terrible.
Oh, the worst.
So I don't know what's going on. Seaweed isn't really it's a pretty pungent thing.
Yeah. No, you can eat it though, that stuff. The seaweed, the poppers.
Yeah.
If you're just really salty.
You're really salt deficient. So we've gotten off track here.
Yes, we have.
But you have to admit that harvesting decorative seaweed is a pretty amazing gig for if you want to just be a character in life.
Yes.
And I think I'm going to add that to my list of things I tell people I do.
I also trade in whale teeth and...
So Patty Roy Bates, Roy as he went by, in the early 60s, he starts Radio Essex.
Okay, because he's looking for a new fight?
It's a natural evolution.
Yeah.
And that brings us up to Rough Sands. So I told you, he took control of the fort. He set up his broadcast equipment and then was like, meh. But that's because, according to the New York Times, and I quote, the Marine Broadcasting Act of 1967 made it illegal for pirate radios, even those outside territorial waters, to employ British citizens. Mr. Bates promptly declared independence, probably hoping to circumvent the strictures of the act. He's like, I'm in international waters. Too bad, so sad. You can't get me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he jokes with
I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever your citizenship is doing is it bounces off me and sticks to you.
That sounds like a you problem, this whole we don't want citizens. So
Tell the queen to...
Roy jokes with his wife, Joan, that now that he was unable to really broadcast there, she basically has her own private island.
Joan's in love.
Yeah. And so they go out to drinks with some pals, and they're telling their friends all about Rough Sands. He's like, look, I took over this fort. They're like, oh, Roy, you, not again. He's just wearing a seaweed suit, like a ghillie suit.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly what I was picturing.
So he says, look, I took it over. And Joan was like, you know what? It's a shame it doesn't have a few palm trees, a bit of sunshine, and its own flag. That's a quote.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she say it
Can
like
you imagine?
that?
But shimmying her shoulders. It's a shame. So one of the friends is like, hello, make it an actual island.
Let's make it happen, people.
Let's do this. And then they all high-fived and then skipped out into the street.
I have a sewing machine.
Roy goes right to his lawyers. Of course, a man has lawyers. So for Joan's birthday...
He probably needed them before that.
That's what I'm saying. They're on retainer. He's like, all right, look.
Well, no, it's not me this time.
I have an island. They're like, oh God. And then
Lord.
some of them have dollar signs in their eyes. Joan's birthday, September 2nd, 1967. Roy gives her a pretty stunning gift. He declared the Principality of Sealand and was like, here's your island. We are a country now.
Baby, I made you an island.
He comes up with a motto, Imere Libertas, Latin for from the sea, freedom.
Oh, yeah. Out of the sea, freedom.
Yeah. He creates a flag. It's red, white, and black.
I like that.
There's a big triangle red at the top left corner. I know there's a term for all the different parts of the flag, but as you know, I play fast and loose.
Yeah.
There's a diagonal stripe of white across the center, and then the rest is a black triangle on the lower right. He made up a cool crest.
What's on the crest? Stuff and things. That's cool.
It's like there's like a tower and animals. I don't remember.
Some Latin.
I looked at it and I was like, that's cool.
Shield.
Then I just forgot about it. He had money, a Sealand dollar, which is equal to $1 Sea-bucks. He gives his wife a title.
Okay.
Princess Joan.
Wait, does that make him the prince?
Yeah, he's
his wife?
Prince Roy.
Prince Roy. Okay.
And then they pack up their kids, Prince Michael and Princess Penelope, and they move to Sealand. Like this long-suffering family. Like, load up the royal family. We're going to Sealand.
Dad's got a new bug in his bonnet.
So 1967, the UK military decides to destroy the remaining towers, which were sitting in international waters.
Okay.
And allegedly, a crew on a Royal Navy tugboat called out, "You're next," to the royal family while they were out there. In May of 68, a Royal Navy boat, a real Royal Navy boat, came within 50 feet of Sealand. And apparently there are claims that they yelled obscenities at the kids and that they made
sailors yelling obscenities. What's next?
Who'd thunk it? And then they made obscene gestures at 16-year-old Princess Penelope.
Oh.
Yeah. So what is Prince Michael? He sees this. He's like, not on my watch. And he fires warning shots at the vessel.
Yes.
And then
he declares naval warfare with the British Navy.
Now there's also another version of the story where they say that workers were servicing a nearby buoy and that Michael fired warning shots to, quote, remind these workers of Sealand's territorial sovereignty.
You can do that. Yeah, that's
I am a sovereign citizen.
Generally, will do that.
Am I being detained? So Roy and Michael, they're UK citizens.
Okay. Subjects.
They're subjects of the crown. They did later become citizens of Sealand, but they never renounced their British citizenship. And in general, they're concerned with, the well-being of the UK. They're there all the time. Firing a weapon.
Does Sealand have free health care? I just want to know if they have nationalized health care.
It's like a needle and thread. They'll stitch you right up.
Michael's got you.
If Michael isn't the one who shot you. You can't fire a weapon at the UK Royal Navy. It's illegal. So they two, Prince Roy and Prince Michael, they get called into British court under the Firearms Act. The judge decided that the court did not have jurisdiction and sent Princes Roy and Michael, on their way. They're released. Now, Sealand considers that its first, quote, de facto recognition.
Oh, like legal recognition?
Yeah, so they're saying, well, since, the court said they didn't have jurisdiction, they're saying we're a real place. And that is the year that Sealand begins issuing its own official passports. Now, in the late 60s, they were causing the Royal Navy a lot of headaches because Cuba's on everyone's mind. The Brits are afraid they're going to have the same kind of situation happening. Naval officers, they come up with this plan.
The Brits are worried that the Soviet Union is going to give nuclear weapons to Sealand? Okay.
They're like,
want to put this in proper framing.
This is getting a little funky over there.
They're going to go communist.
Yeah. So you know what they plan? They're like, you know what? Let's just bomb them.
What, you're serious?
They're going to bomb. Yeah, they come up with this plan, but then they decide against it. Probably because it's a lame idea. I mean, they don't even have a radio station. So by the early 70s, there are 50 people living on Sealand.
Was Michael getting busy?
No. He's a young lad. It's extended family.
I mean, like bringing people over, not
friends.
like getting like he was having children.
That's what I thought, you pervert.
No.
He's just populating. God.
Not that way.
So, yeah, they're just recruiting in a busy fashion. Extended family, friends, random workers, that kind of stuff. Enter Alexander Achenbach.
That's a serious name.
Yeah. Alexander Achenbach. He was a diamond dealer and general businessman, in quotation marks.
When you deal diamonds and you're a general businessman, that just says it all right there.
It's delicious. He approaches Roy with an idea.
I bet it was a great idea.
He said, hey, baby.
Want to come lay down by my side? Hey, baby.
Hey, sugar. Let's expand and develop. What does he mean by that?
I want to know.
He envisioned a Omelas-like utopia. And I say that because I am sure that he accounted for a neglected child in a basement somewhere.
That was part of the plan.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, read the Ursula Le Guin story, The Ones Who Walked Away from Omelas, and then ruminate on who is our society's child in the basement. That's just a little fun tip for you.
Homework for y'all.
Anyway, Alex saw a bustling island nation.
Sees potential.
He had a vision.
He sees profits.
Yeah, he's a forward thinker.
Yeah.
He wanted a casino.
Naturally, first step.
I mean,
casino.
hello.
I was going to guess that.
That's the first plant that flag. He wanted a public commons with like foliage. So plant stuff. Yeah. There are these places where people can walk and things are green. What? I don't know. It's a new concept.
It's the commons. It's an area that you share.
You could park your rump on a bench. Oh, let's call it a park. He wanted a duty-free shop because I guess
he wanted to sell booze.
He wanted booze and perfume.
To tourists.
Booze, perfume, and watches. He wanted infrastructure. He wanted like a post office. He wanted a bank.
Hey, settle down, Ben Franklin.
So he wanted lodging. He wanted apartments.
Like a boarding house?
Hotels.
Oh, hotels. Okay.
And
he wanted Hilton get involved.
He wanted dining. He wanted entertainment.
Okay.
Yeah. He also wanted an oil refinery. No, the platform's big, but it's not that big.
Exactly.
He's like a kid. I don't know what the kids are doing these days with their online and the games and the video games. But isn't there one where they build stuff in like a alternate world?
Minecraft?
Yeah, there it is. I don't know.
So he wanted to do Minecraft?
I guess.
In life?
Yeah, it's where you build like virtual stuff.
Yeah, like there's like Roblox and stuff.
I don't know. I'm like, look, it's either solitaire or Tetris.
That's where you're at the video games?
Yeah.
Solitaire, Tetris. How's your Miss Pac-Man score doing?
Or it's, Friends without the R.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, he wants all this stuff and he's in his mind building it out. And there's just no way this is possible. But you know what? Prince Roy, he likes the cut of this guy's jib. And so he names Achenbach, he names him Foreign Minister of Sealand. Because he's a foreigner, I guess. And then the two got to work to drafting the young nation's constitution.
Oh, this is going to be a huge hit.
So Achenbach, he also wanted a lifetime appointment of prime minister. But Roy was like, you know what, chill out, cool out, dude. Let's just get this set up first before you're getting ahead of yourself.
Settle down, Cromwell.
Oh, God. And so he becomes a citizen of Sealand, Achenbach does. And he tries to renounce his German citizenship, but it doesn't work.
The Germans are like, we won't let you go.
Yeah. I just suddenly had a flash. Like, what if this is pronounced Sealand?
Sealand?
Uh-huh. And I've been saying Sealand.
Well, I think it could be either one, right? It could be Sealand or Sealand.
I'll just say it's Sealand.
That's where you put the emphasis. If you put the emphasis on a different syllable, it totally changes how it sounds.
I've only been reading about it, and it just suddenly dawned on me.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You can say Zealand.
Yeah, whatever.
Like it's very German. It's Zealand.
My apologies if I'm not saying it right. I just need a disclaimer on every episode of.
Say.
I am so sorry. I will not be pronouncing this correctly. So Achenbach, he becomes a citizen of Sealand, and tries to renounce his German citizenship, but it doesn't work. They're like, no, we've got you.
You're German for life.
The German court rules that, quote, the platform was not part of the Earth's surface, that it was lacking in community life, and that its minuscule territory did not constitute a living space that was viable over the long term.
This is the most German decision ever. First of all, it's not even attached to the surface of the Earth. What are we doing here?
They're like, nope, big nope, next. So Achenbach, he's displeased.
I bet.
He's itching to get his plan in motion. There are rumors that maybe his plans weren't really on the up and up.
No.
Yeah.
A diamond trader who's
maybe
a general businessman?
Maybe he's a different kind of general businessman. He's the kind of businessman that you like, Zaron.
Okay.
So he gets into an argument about money with Prince Roy, always the money. Achenbach, dead set on his plan, didn't want anyone, even a prince, to get in his way. I have a quick picture it for you, Zaron.
Ooh.
August 1978. The royal couple, Prince Roy and Princess Joan, they're away from Sealand, on a trip to the mainland. They're headed to Austria to meet up with Achenbach to talk about the possible casino.
State business.
Prince Michael stayed home. He's out on the deck, probably sunning himself. In the distance, he hears the sound of a helicopter. He looks up to see one approaching Sealand. No one's scheduled to arrive. Who's coming to this small island nation? Is it a foreign dignitary? A celebrity looking for the next exclusive
Elton
vacation
John?
spot? Is it Elton John piloting his own helicopter? Is it Harrison Ford? Doesn't he know how to fly a helicopter or just a plane?
I believe he can fly a helicopter.
He can
I don't
do
know.
anything.
I know he can fly a plane.
He just
but I know he can crash
he
a plane.
pushes his earring as like an activation
and it
button.
calls the helicopter to him.
And then he gets a Inspector Gadget helicopter thing that coming out of his
the
head.
rotors pop out of his hat.
Is it a crack local news team?
My
looking
bet
for
is
a
yes.
traffic accident or a chase?
There's an investigative news team.
When we come back from this break, I'm going to let you know who it is on the way to Sealand, and why.
I'm going to be over here, pins and needles.
Okay, so before the break, we were with 25-year-old Prince Michael as he ran around Sealand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to go with Sealand from here on. I'm putting the flag in that
Whatever
one.
feels right to you.
It all feels right. Actually, nothing feels right now. He's running around alone, dressed like Tom Cruise in Risky Business with only a broadcloth dress shirt, tighty whities, and athletic socks.
Okay, as you like it.
No.
Is he armed also? Does he have a rifle and the tighty whities and the
He
socks
does.
and the broad
Actually,
shirt?
he's probably wearing like a heavy fisherman's sweater.
I imagine,
and like
yeah.
durable action slacks,
Mm-hmm.
a captain's hat, or like a little beanie. I don't know.
One of those cool Irish sweaters.
Everyone just imagine what makes you happiest. I just want everyone to be happy. So whatever he's wearing, he's on the deck of Sealand. He hears the approaching copter. He's not taking any chances. So as you were wondering, yes, he grabs a rifle.
Yes.
And he prepares for whomever is arriving.
I know Prince Michael.
Because you figure if it's a friendly, then you can do like military salute.
Yeah.
And if it's
And
enemy,
let them know they're coming to a protected area.
Yeah, it's thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
So the copter hovers above and 3 men rappel down.
Oh.
2 burly Dutchmen and a guy in a suit.
Oh, I was thinking it was going to be British SAS.
Now, again, with the clothing, the man in the suit, I don't know if he's actually wearing a suit or is he dressed in like that tactical casual look, like a governor visiting a disaster site?
But it's the late 70s. Could he be wearing one of those Sansa belt suits?
A jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Who knows? He's got like, I don't know, polo shirt, windbreaker, look of overall general discomfort. So he introduces himself.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, I am Gernot Poots.
Whoa. Okay.
Who in the HE double hockey sticks is Gernot Poots?
That's what I'm wondering over here.
Thank me, I'm glad I asked. Gernot Poots, he's Achenbach's lawyer. He gingerly approaches Prince Michael and asks him to put down the weapon. He also hands the prince a telegram, which states that they have permission from Roy himself to come to Sealand.
1978 telegram. Okay.
Yeah. Is the telegram legit?
Yeah. No.
Of course not.
I didn't think so.
It's forged. They go inside and talk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Michael's a little suspicious. He agrees to go inside, and then they head into one of the rooms, in the platform. Michael, being a polite member of the Sealand aristocracy,
Mm-hmm.
he offers the gentleman whiskey.
As is tradition on Sealand.
It's the ceremonial whiskey. They thank him. They accept it.
The whiskey ceremony is a very serious thing on
There are
Sealand.
so many steps
there's
to it.
17 steps. Not a lot of people know this.
So they're probably stoked that it's not tea.
Yeah, or cyanide.
Because, now they know they're not in the UK anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So Michael heads over to this little bar in the room, starts to pour. The 3 men, they tiptoe like little cartoon kitty cats towards the door.
Cartoon kitty.
They slip out, and then they lock poor Prince Michael in the tower.
How do they lock him in from outside?
Well, no, they're in the room with him.
Uh-huh.
He turns around to pour the booze.
Uh-huh.
They sneak out of the room,
Yeah.
slam the door, lock it.
But doors usually lock from the inside.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, I'm just
Maybe
saying.
that was like a punishment room and they had a deadbolt on the outside.
Yeah, maybe they like blockaded the door and like, all right.
They probably like tied off the handle and or stuck the...
Put like a U-lock on there. Good luck, Mike.
I don't know.
Drink up, lad.
Well, Michael's banging on the door fruitlessly. Achenbach, he obviously knew that Roy wouldn't be there when he sent that helicopter to Sealand because he's supposed to be meeting with them in Austria.
Yeah, this is a straight up pirate gank move.
Yeah, and he stands Prince Roy up for the meeting. He ghosts him.
Mm-hmm.
And so Prince Roy starts to get worried that there's this setup. Sealand didn't have a phone or a working ship-to-shore radio.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Prince Roy called fishing captains in the area and
he's got them on speed dial.
Yeah. He was like,
Alistair, I need you to run over.
He's like, hey. And they're like, oh, what's up? He's like, I'm in Austria. Listen, quick question. Can you swing by and see if everything's cool at Sealand?
See if my son's
They're
in
like, it's pronounced Sealand. He's like, whatever. It's my island. Can you go check on Prince Mikey? And so one of the captains is like, I actually saw something. I saw a helicopter hovering over and then landing. Roy loses it, freaks out. So back at Sealand, the three men, they have Prince Michael locked in the room.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the tower. He's trying to grow his hair out as fast as he can to scale down, Rapunzel style. He was in there for 4 days.
Oh, damn.
And then they let him go. They flagged down a passing fishing boat and they just threw him on there like, off you go.
Now, wait, there are 50 other people on this platform, right?
No, at this point, I think it had kind of dwindled.
Oh, so they've lost some of the...
Yeah, but I think there may be some people. Anyway, the boat heads back to port in Holland, the fishing boat with its royal cargo. Once in Holland, Prince Michael meets up with Prince Roy, and the two of them hatch a plan. Prince Roy is pals with a helicopter pilot. Roy is pals with everybody.
Roy knows...
He's got a guy. Yeah. He knows a guy. But it's not just any helicopter pilot. It's a guy who used to work on James Bond movies.
Get out.
Yeah. So he's a pro.
Yeah.
They say, can you take us back to Sealand?
He's like, I can land you on a submarine.
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
this.
And he's like got Roger Moore in a cage in the back of the helicopter. So they intend to take back what's theirs.
Do you like Vermouth Boy?
With the help of the pilot. In the middle of the night, they take the doors off of the helicopter for easy rappelling, and they make their way to Sealand, under cover of darkness.
I like it.
Yeah. When they arrive, the two princes... Wait, is that where the Spin Doctor song comes from? We may never know because I'm not going to even bother to look up the lyrics. The two princes descend. 1, 2 princes. Can I also let you know that Prince Michael, a total badass out for revenge, he's toting a sawed-off shotgun at this point.
Not messing around anymore.
It's amazing.
Because I got a room cleaner.
So the two guys slide down the ropes and they land on top of one of the buildings on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
All of Achenbach's German goons, like he's got a bunch of dudes there now.
Okay.
They're running around on deck like they're in like an 80s militarized action movie. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of imagining Commando.
That's what I'm imagining.
With Schwarzenegger, which has one of the best movie lines.
Which one?
I quote it all the time after seeing it as a child, and it's great to have a little kid saying this.
Is it the one that you promised you'd kill me last?
No. It's cutting a little girl's neck is like cutting warm butter.
That's the line you would repeat as a child?
All the time.
Oh, I bet adults loved you.
Oh, yeah. I was real popular. So Prince Michael, he jumps from the roof of the deck. He jumps down to the platform. It's a pretty big jump.
Yeah.
Now, it's the kind of jump, like if I did it, my ankles would both shatter upon impact and blind the goons in a shower of bone, flesh, and blood. That's why I would make like a really good and bad soldier of fortune. Bad maneuvering skills, but good distractionary tactics.
And low pay.
Yeah,
exactly. Like, look, I don't need
I work for low to no pay. Prince Michael jumps off the roof without his ankles exploding, but the sawed-off does accidentally discharge when he jumps. This turns out to be a good thing, though.
Sawed-off shotgun, hand on the pump.
So no one gets shot, and it scared the poop out of these goons. Like they hear a shotgun, this kid lands and is like, they give up right away. They're like, oh, we surrender. Yeah.
Wow.
So
losing to England and America 20 years earlier.
Yeah,
really
but look, you got
them.
45.
Oh, wait, so 78,
you got 66 World Cup.
33, yeah, exactly. You got a couple
They're
losses.
just rack them up. Gernot Poots. I like saying it like that, like a total jackass. Gernot Poots and his goons were held hostage by the princes. The royal family soon releases the henchmen, but they keep Poots. And Poots, see, he's also a Sealand citizen.
He's been made
he's
sovereign.
Charged in the court of Sealand.
They have a judge?
Yeah, they basically, I don't know.
They didn't panel someone?
I think Prince Roy is the judge.
Yeah.
They basically have the same laws as the UK, but they allow guns. Is how they've explained it. They've explained it that way.
All the same rules, but we have bullets.
Yeah, so they charge Poots with treason, and he's detained at Sealand. He's sentenced to life on the platform. They're like, you have offended us.
To the platform?
You have offended us. You have to live here forever now.
We're going to nail your foot to the platform.
No, like just at the fort. He has to life at the fort.
Your punishment, you have to stay here with us forever until you die.
Yeah, you've offended us. Now you have to live here.
No, let me out.
I don't know why he wasn't exiled. Anyway, the German embassy asked the British for help to get his release. And the Brits are like, Sealand's outside of our jurisdiction, international waters. So the Germans,
That's another loss for y'all.
They send a diplomat from London to negotiate the release of Gernot Poots. Now, because of this diplomatic envoy, right? Sealand considers that another de facto recognition by Germany, but Germany's like, that's not what this means. This is in essence a hostage negotiation, but okay, go off. So,
nope, you recognized us. I saw it in your eyes.
Here's the great part, though. According to an article in The Atlantic, quote, a Dutch foreign affairs officer offered a suggestion for solving the problem. Is there any chance of a British patrol vessel passing by the fort and somehow knocking it into the sea?
Just oops.
Problem solved. It kind of reminds me of when my dad, he wanted to tear down an old shed on his property, but the whole place was within a historical district, and he would need special permission. He was uninterested in obtaining special permission. So he quote unquote accidentally drove his 70s Chevy Suburban into the shed and demolished it himself in like 45 seconds. It was an accident.
Look what nature did.
That's what the Dutch wanted the Brits to do. Just kind of, I respect that line of thinking.
Sure. It's effective.
I'm glad they didn't go through with it though, because I've grown very fond of Sealand. I don't know if you can tell. So in Sealand prison, Poots is cleaning the bathrooms. He's on coffee duty. He has to make the coffee. He only spends 2 months in prison there.
Okay.
And he negotiates his own release. He's a lawyer.
I imagine he's good with words.
He was fined 75,000 Deutschmarks, which was around like 37 grand. And he's granted a pardon.
He has to buy his way out.
He bought his way out. When he's released, Prince Roy tells reporters, we're friends now. And Poots later gets hired by the family to represent them when they filed charges against some Dutch invaders. So that is the power of restorative justice, everybody.
Well played.
Things even out over time for the nation of Sealand, but there were still little bumps in the road. In 1987, the UK extended its territorial waters from 3 nautical miles to 12 nautical miles.
Oh.
Thereby putting Sealand within its limits. What does Sealand do in response? They don't take anybody's guff. They extended their own territorial waters from 3 nautical miles to 12 nautical miles. I see you, I raise you. Now there's 6 offshore, which means that like they're reaching into. So they also started issuing a passport around this time. They issued around 300 passports. They personally vetted every single one.
Did anyone use them for travel?
Well, here's the thing. There were shady... I think it was like a novelty thing.
Yeah, totally.
They have the coolest website where you can go and buy titles. Like you can become a baron or a baroness.
Yeah, totally.
And so they... I suppose people had it just kind of to kick around with. But there were shady characters selling knockoff Sealand passports. When Gianni Versace's murderer, Andrew Cunanan...
Yes.
When he was on the run, he broke into a houseboat and took his own life. So that's a fact, a historical fact. The owner of the boat was a German man who held a Sealand passport and allegedly had a car with Sealand diplomatic plates.
So
now,
that character was...
Sealand, so the FBI contacts Sealand and they're like, how is this all connected? And they said, I have no idea what you're talking about. Everything was forged. So that's when they start finding out there are all these like fake Sealand diplomatic materials out there. There were Moroccan hash smugglers and Russian arms dealers who had fake Sealand passports.
I see your pirate war, and I raise you in a Moroccan hash smuggler.
There were over 4,000 phony passports sold at £1,000 each to Hong Kong citizens before Britain ceded control of the territory to China in July of 97.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. So Sealand in 97 stops issuing passports after this fraud is revealed, and then the hold was made permanent after 9/11.
What did 9/11 have to do with
Well, after the towers
international?
fell, a lot of things changed there.
You know how it was after the towers
Yeah.
fell.
So they still get thousands of passport applications. They got thousands in 2017 after the UK voted yes on Brexit and Trump won the presidency. They had like American. Yeah. So it's just like people are looking for a paradise. In the early aughts, it was going to become a server farm. But they didn't have the electrical or cooling capacity.
That's what I was
for that.
imagining. Let's say like solar or some kind of or I guess it'd be water out there. You probably want to use.
Yeah. In 2007, they announced that they were looking for a buyer with an asking price of around $977 million.
Excuse me? I can buy like a couple sports teams, or I can buy Sealand.
Take your choice. It was reported that they were in talks with the website Pirate Bay.
Okay.
But the company was only able to raise $20,000. So
Like
no sale.
Our marketing budget's a little tight.
They're like, look, we can barter these people down.
Do you take NFTs?
Oh, hold on. So in
of
2010, WikiLeaks allegedly reached out to Sealand. They wanted asylum and a passport for Assange, Julian Assange.
Word.
Sealand declined. They're like, yeah, that's some messy business. And
don't
I don't
wanna be
want
involved.
Pam Anderson over here. So do your thing. 2012, it was rumored that Assange was in the process of moving the WikiLeaks servers to Sealand. Didn't happen. And then here's my end of Animal House montage for you.
Okay.
So Michael has been the acting head of state since 1999.
Mm-hmm.
And Roy and Joan retired to Spain in 2006.
Very UK.
Very.
Did they retire with guns? Because that would be totally UK, but with guns.
He's like a nautical hard man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only possible to visit Sealand with an official invitation from Prince Michael. You can't just show up.
What happens if you do? Like, say you're on Greenpeace, you're like, hey, our boat's got a problem
You're
with
like
its engine.
you're climbing up the ladder, and he just gives you a boot to the face, and you fall down, splash. Roy passed away in 2012 at the age of 91. And in an interview in the 80s, Roy told reporters, quote, "I might die young or I might die old, but I will never die of boredom."
Good quote.
My man.
That's a good quote. I like that.
He's awesome. Joan died in 2016, so not too long after her husband.
Mm-hmm.
The Bates family now lives, goes to school, and works in mainland England. England. However, there's always at least one person on Sealand at all times, usually a single caretaker or security guard. Now, the job has been handled for decades by a man named Michael Barrington, who's an old family friend. He's a dual Sealand UK citizen. His official title is Head of Homeland Security.
Get out.
Yeah. And as of 2020, Michael also owned a cockle fishing business.
A what now?
Cockles, like cockle shells,
Okay.
which is really dangerous. Isn't that where people drown all the time in the shores because like the tide goes out?
I only know about abalone
And
divers.
Oh, I love abalone divers. So Michael wears short shorts and goes cockle fishing. And he exports to Spain. So, he's carrying on the family legacy. As of August 2021, 0 COVID cases in Sealand. Visitors need to show proof of a negative test before they can be pulled aboard. So keep that in mind. And of course, as you brought up, it was also recently home to a virtual showing of a joint painting and NFT exhibition put on by Sotheby's.
By Sotheby's?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Now, to close this out, the UK's Foreign Office has said that Sealand, quote, cannot constitute a separate independent state since it has none of the characteristics of a state, including a land territory, a fixed population, and the ability to conduct international relations. The Bates disagree. Michael once told a BBC journalist, "We have never asked for recognition, and we've never felt the need to ask for recognition. You don't have to have recognition to be a state. You just have to fulfill the criteria of the Montevideo Convention, which is population, territory, government, and the capacity to enter into negotiation with other states. We can, and we have done all these things. We've had the German ambassador visit us at one point to discuss something. That was the de facto recognition. We've had communication with the president of France many years ago, but we have never asked for recognition, and we don't feel we need it.
Well, it's definitive, declarative.
Hey, listen.
I agree with them.
Yeah.
You're a state if you say you're a state.
Exactly. So they're this state born of a criminal takeover. Gotta love it. What's your ridiculous takeaway?
Do not mess with Prince Roy.
Yeah, Prince Roy is a legend, as is Prince Michael.
Well, yeah, Prince Michael, but in my mind, he's like kind of like a chip off the old block.
Mm-hmm.
He's following your tradition, whereas it seems like Prince Roy, it's just weird calling him Prince. Like, why didn't he make himself king or something else?
He's a humble
This
figure.
is what I'm talking about. The man knows his place in the world.
Yes.
He knows his station in life. He's like, I am not a king. I am but a lowly and humble prince, here to lead my people and my regal family forward. But I dig him. I find that like anybody who wants to go, son, get in the boat. We're going to go take over this island.
Again, he's a good character.
Man
I
after
love
my own
him.
heart.
I love that they put the old fort to good use. That's recycling. And my takeaway is that starting your own country isn't easy, but it's super cool.
I want one of those castles that they have off the coast of England. They're not like, I guess they're usually more like in lakes and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the castles were just sitting
on like
there.
an island in
they're
a
like,
lake.
oh, we'll sell it as long as you'll, like pay for the staff and get some tourism.
Like
You're
the Lake Isle at Innisfree.
Yes, that one.
I want to become a baroness at Sealand.
Okay, you are now a baroness at Sealand.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it. You can find us online at Ridiculous Crime on both Twitter and Instagram. If you have a tip for us about a ridiculous crime, if you want to confess to a ridiculous crime, email us at ridiculouscrime@gmail.com. Tune in next time. Ridiculous Crime is hosted by Elizabeth Dutton and Zaron Burnett. Produced and edited by His Royal Serene Highness, Magistrate of Ridiculous Crime Island and all dependencies, Dave Kouston. Research is by Ridiculous Crime Island Minister of Information, Marissa Brown. The theme song is by Secretary of the Department of Vibes, Thomas Lee, and Director of the Bureau of Rude Dude Management, Travis Dutton. Executive producers are Cabinet Ministers Ben Bolin and Noel Brown.
Ridiculous crime.
Say it one more time.
Ridiculous crime.
Ridiculous Crime is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.